Hello everyone. I wanted to give you a second tour of the course because I've added so much, and I also noticed that instead of adding summer tour of the course, I added my spring course tour. I uploaded the incorrect video, so I do apologize for that, but the course is patterned pretty much the same. You know, I have the same core assignments and the same setup. I did add a lot of stuff this semester. If you've been reading the announcements, you already know that. But I just want to go straight down the list here and show you that if you're not used to using the computer, or if this is your first online class, there's nothing to be afraid of. It's actually quite easy, and Blackboard has reinvented itself this semester. I think it's dramatically improved a lot of different things, and um, it's caused a lot of errors on my part. So anyway, there was a learning curve for me at the beginning of the course, but I think I got everything down. This is the announcements page. It appears first on in your links, and you need to be sure and check the announcements. I try to email you every time I add stuff, so none of this should be a surprise. But please do check the announcements because I announce when I answer a question that will affect everyone. I try and do that in an announcement, or I might do that in a wiki. But I try to let everyone know everything as it happens. So I have announced a lot of things over the past week, and it's not going to be like that every week. I don't want to inundate you with emails, but there have been a lot of important changes to the course. So anyway, that's announcements. Everybody has introduced themselves, but this is how you do it. You click on the Introduce Yourself link, and then click again on the link to the forum, and it's taking a minute for Blackboard to realize that I've clicked it. And then you just create a thread. Click Create Thread, and then put a subject line in there, which is usually hello or something like that. And then down here where you see my mouse, you put your introduction, and then click Submit. And there's also a Submit button down at the bottom. And then tour the course is what we're doing now. And this is a video that you're listening to. And then syllabus video. Everybody needs to take a look at the reading review samples. These are sample assignments that have made good grades. I think they're exemplary. So take a look at that. If you don't know what the reading review is, or you don't understand that, this is your syllabus here, the Religion 1302 Summer 2013. You can click on that. It's a PDF. It'll download automatically. And it looks like I have uploaded it twice. And then the explanation of the syllabus is a YouTube video. I strongly recommend that you watch that. And then I have reading review samples again. So I'll tell you what, I'll just delete that now. So there's no confusion at all. And it might even be, okay, it's only on there, okay, it's only on there twice, not 3 times like I've seen before. So anyway, I strongly suggest that everyone watch this video so you can know exactly what's going on in the course. And extra credit, I have an extra credit project. It's called Create Your Own Midterm. You can see it here, Create Your Own Midterm Project. You just click on that, and each week I ask that you create 3 questions, and you can see they're kind of out of order. I can't get them to order themselves properly, but you click on week 1, and then all you have to do is hit reply and come up with 3 questions related to the course, and you might see these on the final exam. You might not. I have noticed that the questions students ask are a lot harder than the questions I ask usually. So I try to pick the easier questions, but you'll still get credit for it. you get up to 5 points added to your final grade, which means if you get an 89 in the course, you might end up with a 92 instead, or a 93. So it just depends on, uh, you know, the quality of the questions. Sometimes I get comic book questions, all throughout the course, and you're not going to get credit for stuff like that. It has to be related the uh, to the topic that we're talking about in week one. So that's an easy way to get extra credit. Midterm preview. This is not your midterm. This is a preview. It is my spring, the spring midterm that I gave. These are the spring midterm instructions, for video instructions, because it's kind of different than a normal midterm. This is a spring 2013 midterm that I actually gave to students, and your midterm will be patterned after the spring midterm. So if you watch the video and you look over the exam, you'll get a feel for what you're gonna have for your final exam. So I strongly suggest that you take a look at that, especially if you want to know how to study for your midterm. Okay, weekly assignments. This is a home page for the course, and we're waiting on Blackboard. You'll notice I put in a note at the very top. Metzger is available as an ebook, and I will click on that link just to make sure it works. And you need to click on it. Click on this again, and you're there. So that's not an issue. I just hate that Blackboard borks all of these links. I had a student email me today and told me that the link was wrong, and I know that I put it in there correctly. It's just that Blackboard takes control of things sometimes. Okay, course outline and calendar. This is how it's going to look every week. I'll have the latest week at the top. Right now it's week 1. Today is the 2nd, so tomorrow morning I'm going to move this down to the very bottom, and week 2 will appear at the top. And you'll see there's a learning objective. This is the point of this week. We're going to have an introduction to the gospel and life and ministry of Jesus. First thing you do is you can listen to the lecture or read the text, but I would suggest that you, number one, read the text, which is Metzger, and I put the subtitle or the title of the chapters that you need to read. And you need to look at this here. This is a little bit more reading than it looks like. It has sources of our knowledge of the life and teaching of Christ, which is a smaller portion in Metzger, but you also need to read the entire Gospel of Mark, which is the shortest gospel, but it's a fair amount of reading. It's not a large amount of reading, but it's easy reading, and I think that you can certainly do it over the course of the week. Okay, I also added links here. Listen to and take personal notes. You just click on that, and your notes will download automatically. We'll take a look here. Man, this is slow. This is my downloads file. I'm just going to go up there, lecture notes 2, and then it'll pull up. For some of you, this will happen automatically, probably if you have Word. My lecture notes are designed so you can just take notes right in the document. You download this, it's yours, and then you just scroll down here, and these are my week 2 lecture notes. I have up here I have a reminder of what all the assignments are for the week. Have your outline. This is the outline that I'm using for my lecture, and then as you're listening, you can just enter in your own notes. Like when I talk about our source for much of life in ancient Palestine, I just hit enter, and I'm adding my own notes as you listen. So you have an outline of the lecture already, and you just add your own notes as you go along. You can also print it off and just write your own notes. Whatever learning style you have, you can do that. So I had just clicked on the link in these weekly assignments. I'm trying to get back there. There we go. Okay, I was in weekly assignments on week 2. Golly. It's just murderously slow. Okay, week 2, I clicked on Take Personal Notes, and then you can, after you complete your reading review from Metzger, you can click on Reading Review here, and it'll take you to where your reading review needs to be turned in. You can either type it here, or you can attach a file. You can, write it in your Word document, save your Word document, browse your computer, and upload it. And then you can type in comments if you want to, and then click Submit, and week 2 will be turned in. Week 2 reading review. They should play music or something while it's downloading. And then I have a link to the discussion section for week 2 assignments, and you just click on that when you're ready to go to the discussion area. Hopefully it won't be as painful for you as it is for me right now. Let's just see if it'll open here. It looks like the link might be dead. Yeah, it's dead. It's just taking me right back here. I will correct that, but this should take you to the discussion board. I'm just clicking on that, and I'm just scrolling down just a little bit to week 2 discussions, which is where the link should have taken us when we clicked on it. And you'll see 3 questions here. These are just questions that are designed to get the discussion going. If I just told you, hey, go discuss in the discussion forum, not a lot of things would get done. You wouldn't know, what to talk about. So I just want to get the conversation started by these 3 questions that relate to the reading in Metzger and the New Testament reading. So you need to answer or address one of these 3 questions with a 100-word post, or you can create your own question or topic and write about 100 words. And then you need to also make 3 posts in response to other students. So you should have 4 posts total in the discussion questions area. So what I would do is just pick the question that interests you the most, hit reply, and then type your point of view. Use about 100 words explaining the relationship between how the Gospel of Mark compares with the Gospel of Thomas. It's a lot easier question than it looks, but that's how you do it. And then you come back and respond to 3 other students' posts. And don't make it a one-liner or just a one-word response. Interact. Write at least 2 or 3 sentences in response to other people's posts. And then after you have 3 substantial posts like that, you can post as many, good or yes or interesting, one-word responses to posts. You can do as many of those as you like, as long as you have at least 3 posts that have 2 or 3 sentences in response to students, and 1 substantial post in response to these questions or your own question in the week discussion questions. So I'm going to try that. I'm going to do that one more time. I'm clicking on discussion board, and you go down to the week's discussions. Very clear, week 1, week 2, week 3, week 4, and I put the title here so you can know, by this time you've already read Metzger and you've already listened to the lecture. So just click on the week. It's going to be week 2 soon. I clicked on that. And then pick a question that interests you. This time, my favorite miracle interests me, and that's the one that I almost always get a lot of replies to this question. And you hit reply, after you read it, of course. And you'll see your little message box pop up. Type in about 100 words here in response to the question, and that's your 1 big post, and then you make 3 smaller posts in response to other students' posts. So 4 posts total is a minimum requirement. Okay, Going back to the weekly assignments, there's one more thing, and that is the blog. And we can sing a song or something while this is downloading. Okay, let's see. Now, complete blog entry number 2. It's the last part of the assignment. So, there are 6 components to the every week's assignments. The first one is to read Metzger in the New Testament, or whatever the assigned reading is. Number 2 is to take personal notes over the lecture, which is right here. And then complete the reading review and check the discussion section of the current week, which is, it says week 2 because it's week 2. And then you do 1 substantial post to a question, 3 smaller posts to students, and then you're through with that after you have 4 posts, and that's the minimum. You should probably do more than that, but at least 4 posts total. And then you complete the blog entry, and hopefully this will go to blog week number 2, and it did. Summer week number 2, this is a blog. It'll say create blog entry, and you click on that, and then you title your blog post and type in your message. And this is designed for you to just reflect on what you've learned in the week. I grade these very leniently. Basically, if you write something in here, you get credit for it. But it is it's your area. It's one place where you can get a whole lot out of it, or you can just do the required work. So, but it's something that it really is important to the course that you reflect on what you've learned. And these 3 areas here, we just clicked on weekly assignments. Now we're to lecture notes. I have all the lecture notes compiled in one place. I'm going to have links to these in the weekly assignments area, but you can just click on lecture notes to find the week's lecture notes if you want. And same thing with reading reviews. I have an instructional video on how to do a reading review. I also have samples, and then this is where you turn in your reading reviews for week 1, and then week 2, and so on and so forth. And then the weekly blogs. We just looked at this a second ago, but you can just come here to post your weekly blog if you want, or you can do it from the weekly assignment link. I just clicked on weekly assignments, so we're waiting on that. And you see here we have this link, complete blog entry number 2. That's for your convenience. You can click on that, or what it links to is this weekly blog, week 2. See, it's a lot of stuff, but it's not complex. And then we have underneath that the itty bitty wiki. This is designed to let you know more information than what is in the lecture, or even probably in Metzger. I've had questions on the mystery religions and on Palestinian Judaism, so I wanted to create a little wiki on what mystery religions are. So I clicked on that, and I have this little ditty about mystery religions. These are 3 things that you definitely need to know for the course on mystery religions. And then you can, if you want to, you can comment on it, or you can add links. You can highlight this, you can edit the content, highlight it, and add your own links. So I'm clicking on edit content, and it should take you right to this. This is the content. Now I'm going to go somewhere else online here. Okay, Greco-Roman mystery religions in Wikipedia. And I'll say, oh, Dr. Barnes, I really wish you would have added a link to Wikipedia. Well, you can come in here and you can add it. You just highlight it, and then click on this little paperclip. It's a link path. I just control C, Control V. That's copy and paste, and hit insert. And voila, we have a link. So I'm going to submit that. And I don't know if I need to approve it, but I have intentionally set it up to where students can add their own links or YouTube videos or whatever you want to add to this post to improve it. So this is for you, and I hope you participate in this and enjoy it. So check the Itty Bitty Wiki every once in a while, or tell me if I need to add something. If you have questions about the lectures or about Metzger, I can create a wiki for everybody, because a lot of times people have the same questions. I clicked on study tips. Okay, on reading Metzger, a lot of people are confused, so I added some steps on what I do whenever I'm confused, whenever I'm reading something. And I have made a video about this, so you can just watch that video about this link. But you'll see a lot of YouTube videos that I've uploaded that I think will help you, if you take the time. Most of them are less than 10 minutes, but there is an entire course that is an hour each, like maybe 8 videos that it really will help you in all of your courses. But I think the study tips will help you if you get frustrated in your reading. Timelines for the midterm. This comprises I think there's 4 of these. Yeah, there's 4 of them. This right here is a repeat. Okay, I have the timeline itself in a PDF form, which you can download and take notes on. And then I have a video explaining the timeline. And I explain all of this in the videos. I explain the content. But you need to know this stuff for the midterm. YouTube videos. These are some videos I've made in response to well, this right here, the more on patronage and friendship, is stuff that I didn't have time to put in the lecture, so I created this little. I think it's like maybe 12 minutes long on Greco-Roman friendship and patronage, and this really fast Ephesus experience is a video on an ancient Greek city that Paul visited, and maybe John the Apostle. It's a lot of pictures from Ephesus, and I briefly tell you about each picture. It's really cool archaeological stuff. Only 2 videos now, but I might add stuff. Or will add stuff. And you got Wayland Library, which is obvious. Any questions? A lot of you have already asked me questions. But any questions is a place where you can ask me questions you would normally ask in a classroom setting. So you just click on that and you will see that people have already asked some stuff. You just create a thread and ask away. New Testament links are links that I have that are really good sources for understanding the ancient world and understanding the New Testament. And I have a brief explanation of each link. And that's it. We got tools and the help desk, which are generic links for Virtual Campus. So basically the course is right here on your left, in all of these links here. We have the announcements, which is obvious, an introduce yourself link, which most of you have participated in, tour of the course, which is this video, syllabus video, which is self-explanatory, extra credit project, midterm preview, which is what to expect on your midterm, your weekly assignments, which is the core of the course. I have clicked on that and we're waiting for Blackboard to respond. There we go. And it tells you each week the weekly assignments. Each week is due on a Sunday night by 11:59 p.m. Central Standard Time. And the reason for that is I just grade Monday morning and I don't accept late work. So it's pretty easy to keep track of. And then you have the lecture notes, which is a compilation of all of the lectures, or lecture notes. They are all in doc format, so you can edit them and take your own notes. Reading reviews is where you turn in your reading reviews. But I also have a video explaining what reading reviews are, and I also have some samples of good reading reviews. Discussion board is a collection of all of our discussions, and it's not. Blackboard's just not responding. Anyway, come on. Okay. Anyway, I guess that happens to you guys sometimes too, but discussion board, weekly blog is all your blogs. The wiki is definition of terms that people ask questions about. Study tips if you don't understand Metzger. Timelines for midterm, everybody needs to know that stuff. YouTube videos are my responses to you. I don't respond every week, but sometimes I'll make an extra video and I compile them here. Wayland Library is obviously the library. Any questions, where you ask questions. Student feedback, I'm always welcome that. And New Testament links, obviously links to New Testament websites. So there you have it, your tour of the course. If you have any questions, I'm always available by email, or you can contact me through Blackboard. Thank you.